The story of Pee Mak begins during the reign of King Rama III in a time of war. A young man named Mak is sent to fight on the battlefield, leaving behind his beautiful and loving wife, Nak, who is pregnant with their child. The war is brutal, and Mak endures countless hardships alongside his four comrades, Ter, Aa, Shin, and Puak. Despite the horrors of battle, Mak's only motivation is to return home to his wife and meet his newborn child. After months of intense combat, Mak and his friends miraculously survive and are finally allowed to return home. Overjoyed, Mak invites his friends to visit his house in the village of Phra Kanong, where Nak and his baby are eagerly waiting. As they arrive, Nak warmly welcomes them, radiating happiness, and Mak is reunited with his child for the first time. The love between Mak and Nak appears deep and unwavering, filling the air with warmth. His friends, though, begin to notice something unsettling about the village. The locals behave oddly, whispering among themselves, avoiding Mak's house, and acting as if they are afraid of something. One night, while wandering around the village, the four friends overhear a chilling rumor. Nak had died while giving birth, and her spirit still lingers in the house. Terrified but skeptical, the friends begin to piece together the eerie behavior they've noticed. Strange events unfold. Nak seems to appear and disappear suddenly. Villagers avoid eye contact when they ask about her, and something about her presence just doesn't feel right. To confirm their suspicions, they decide to secretly observe Nak. They watch her from a distance, noting how the villagers seem to completely avoid her presence. One evening, while sharing a meal at Mak's house, they notice that Nak's shadow doesn't seem to move naturally with the candlelight. Ever the skeptic, dismisses it as paranoia, but the tension in the air is undeniable. As the days pass, they hear even more terrifying stories. Villagers claim to have seen Nak floating at night, whispering to herself near the river, or staring at people with an unsettling gaze. The more they hear, the more they feel trapped in a nightmare, unable to leave without exposing their fears. The realization begins to dawn. If the rumors are true, they are living under the same roof as a ghost. The final confirmation comes when Shin accidentally peeks through a crack in the floor while Nak is picking something up. He sees her arm stretch unnaturally long to grab an object that had fallen. Overwhelmed with fear, Shin screams, alerting the others. The friends, now certain that Nak is a ghost, panic and desperately try to convince Mak, but he refuses to believe them. To him, Nak is real. She's warm, loving, and just as he remembered her. Despite their fear, the friends decide they must save Mak. They come up with numerous ridiculous and hilarious plans to drag him away from the house, but each attempt fails. Their first plan involves trying to lure Mak out by pretending to find a treasure chest hidden in the village. But Nak sees through their scheme and effortlessly disrupts their efforts. Next, they attempt to convince Mak to join them on a sudden hunting trip, only for Nak to eerily appear before them, warning them of dangers in the jungle. Her presence is so unsettling that they immediately abandon the idea. As fear intensifies, the friends devise an elaborate escape route involving ropes, disguises, and even a fake ghost meant to scare Mak into running. However, their plan backfires when Nak effortlessly exposes their tricks, sending them into a full-blown panic. Nak, with her supernatural presence, constantly thwarts them, appearing out of nowhere and scaring them senseless. At one point, Puak finds himself accidentally locked in a dark room, only to realize Nak is standing behind him, whispering in an eerily calm voice. Another time, Ter turns to see Nak floating just inches from his face, making him faint instantly. One by one, the friends experience terrifying yet comical encounters with Nak, making it clear that she is indeed not of this world. They realize that they are hopelessly outmatched, and escaping her wrath is nearly impossible. As fear grips them, the friends try to escape the village, but Nak chases them down in a mix of horror and humor. At one point, she even tries to reason with them, pretending to be harmless, but her ghostly aura is undeniable. In a series of absurd and chaotic events, they barely manage to flee and return with renewed determination to rescue Mak. Eventually, the truth becomes undeniable. The villagers finally reveal what they have been too scared to say. Nak died giving birth while Mak was away, but her love for him was so strong that her spirit refused to move on. She remained in the house caring for her husband as if nothing had changed. The villagers recount the tragic day when Nak and her child perished, describing the eerie silence that fell over the house, followed by unexplained occurrences that led many to believe her spirit had never left. When Mak hears this from multiple sources, doubt begins to creep in. He starts recalling small, strange moments, why the villagers never interacted with Nak, why his friends seemed so terrified all the time, and the unsettling feeling he had ignored in his heart. Struggling between belief and denial, he hesitates before confronting Nak. Torn by his love for her and the impossible truth he is forced to face. In a heartbreaking confrontation, Mak finally asks Nak if the rumors are true. Tears welling in her eyes, she confesses, revealing the tragic truth. She had died in childbirth but could not bear to leave Mak behind. Her spirit stayed, loving and caring for him as if she were still alive. Mak, shaken and overwhelmed, takes a step back, his mind racing with memories of their time together since his return. He finally understands why the villagers acted strangely and why his friends were so terrified. Yet, instead of reacting with fear or anger, Mak, deeply moved, embraces Nak. He whispers that he loves her regardless, that he always will, even if she is no longer among the living. Nak, sobbing, clings to him, grateful that her love has not been in vain. In that moment, their bond transcends the boundary between life and death, proving that love, in its purest form, never truly fades away. In a twist that defies traditional ghost stories, Mak does not reject Nak. He declares that he loves her no matter what, even if she is a ghost. To him, death is powerless against their love. The villagers, still frightened, are awestruck by Mak's devotion. Even his friends, who had spent the entire time trying to rescue him, begin to see Nak in a different light. The story concludes on a mix of humor, horror, and heartfelt emotion. Mak and Nak remain together, proving that love can transcend life and death. Though Nak is a ghost, their love endures, making Pee Mak a uniquely touching yet hilariously spooky tale that blends romance, comedy, and horror in the most unforgettable way.